We all grieve in our own ways, right? So I don't know. But I've been keeping myself busy. I have been working on my garden, which you guys have probably seen a few clips of here and there. My grandma, just to like figure out the family situation. My dad is now technically an orphan. Both of his biological parents are gone. My biological grandpa died. His dad died in 2001. And then his mom died this year in 2018. 2019. So he has a stepmom and a stepdad left. My mom has both her parents left, and they are still married. They have a place at their yard where they had a big, huge shed. And this thing was really, really old. I think it was built before I was born, like way before I was born. Because they've lived in this house since my mom was 1 year old. I think they moved into this house. My mom's in her 50s now. So they lived there a long time. The shed has been there a long time. Anyways, I scared my dog. Sorry, Scoot. They tore the shed down because it was getting to the point where it was just not safe. My grandparents are only a couple months apart in age. They're both 86 years old, going on 87, I believe. And my grandpa in particular, last year had a lot of really serious health scares. And so they both live at home on their own, together. They don't live in a home or anything like that. They don't have live-in nurses or anything. So as a family, we're like, it's not safe. That thing is gonna collapse. My grandpa had issues with kind of falling through the floor. The roof was coming in because it was all wood, hand-built kind of thing. They tore it down. And then there's basically just this huge area of nothingness. And so I called my grandma and I was like, hey, is it okay if I use some of your garden space to plant some of my vegetables? Because my garden, just the way it is in my yard, is very shaded. Doesn't get a lot of sun. And while I can kind of grow sun-loving veggies there, they just didn't have as big a yield as I feel like they would at my grandma's, who gets way more sun at her property than mine does. And so she's like, and I was thinking like using her little garden beds, which she doesn't have very many of, but she's like, yeah, the shed area, you can use that. And I was like, oh, cool, that's a really cool idea. So my brother, Jordan, my youngest brother, wants to grow pumpkins, and she said that he could grow pumpkins there too. And so both of us decided, just to help my grandparents out too, not just for our sake, but for their sake as well, because they've done so much for my family throughout the years. We went over, we finished cleaning the area. It was a lot of really hard work. There was a lot of debris left, like a lot of nails, a lot of wood chunks, a lot of just rotten stuff just kind of left over from when they had cleaned out the shed. And so Jordan and I literally spent an entire day, actually it took like 2 days, to clean out this area. And we measured the area, and it's approximately 20 feet by 11 feet, which equals to approximately 220 square feet of garden space, which is like freaking amazing. But so we had to clean this whole area, and it's just like, oh my gosh. And break it all up, throw away a lot of the stuff. We took a big load to the dump, and then we had to come back, and we had to take another load to the dump, just because there was so much stuff there that, needed to go. And then we tilled up the ground, got it all set. It was a lot of work because the ground in this area, the area I live in, is called Rockwood. It's not like the town I live in is Portland, but the area of the town is like Rockwood. I don't know what you can call it. It's like, there's no Rockwood address, but it's whatever. Anyways, it's called that because of all the rocks and all the wood. Lots of trees and lots of rocks. Our soil is extremely rocky everywhere. So just trying to clean out this area, get rid of rocks like this big, like buried in there, and all this stuff. So we're trying to till up the area, and it's just like, it's hard work. Do all this, and then yesterday we went and got compost, or like amended soil, basically, to put down on the bed or on the area. Even though that ground actually was quite fertile when we were digging and getting things out, we found a ton of like really beneficial bugs, a lot of worms and all that. So I was like, cool, the ground is actually very very healthy. But we wanted to add this kind of as a top layer just to give it the extra that it needed, especially as we did till it. We didn't till it very deep, but we did till just a little bit just to kind of even it all out, get everything just ready. And so we got a cubic yard of composting material, like soil, whatever. And the way their garden is set up, we couldn't drive the pickup truck to the garden, so we had to scoop it out of the pickup, or out of the back of the pickup, and dump it into the wagon because we didn't have a wheelbarrow, and carry the wagon there and dump it there and come back, and whole long process, and a lot of hard work. And it's difficult to be filming while I'm doing this because it was, for most of it, it was just my brother and I. My aunt, my uncle's wife, actually did come and help a little bit, and my other brother Matt did come help a little bit yesterday. The majority of the work has been done by my brother and I, or Jordan and I. So, you know, can't really film that. But I do want to put that up there. So I know I'm totally rambling, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to tell you all what's going on, and you know, with everything that happened with Grandma, it's hard to keep things straight in my head. More good news, I guess, is I've actually been feeling better, physically. Physically, I've been feeling a lot better. Sorry, guys, I don't remember exactly what I was just talking about because my sister came in here, and her lights in her bedroom, there's like, they had like these circular glass things that go above your, onto the light bulb. They're like her light. Apparently it fell off the wall or the ceiling and literally landed on her head. So now she's got a big bump on her head. But I think I was saying that, yeah, I'm kind of, I'm feeling better. I'm feeling better, physically at least. I started my Babesia treatments again. If you guys are interested in that, I will post the link up somewhere about my story with Babesia. I started these treatments. I've been feeling better. So that is why I've been able to be so busy. Thank the Lord that this helps me, because there's one medication in particular. Believe it's pronounced Asawanga. It just makes me feel normal. Like I have energy and like a normal person, and I can wake up in the morning and be awake, and I can actually fall asleep at night, and I can sleep less than 12 hours and have energy. And it's like, what is this? It's amazing medication. Anyways, I've been taking that, so I've been feeling better. So I've been able to do the gardening and the things like this. I've been able to get out of the house more, which is so amazing, right? I've been able to help, like when I was in Boise, help Josh. So good things. So physically, I have been better. Why I specifically say physically is emotionally, mentally, I have not been doing so well. Which is so weird, because you would think, oh, physically you're better, so now your mental would get better too, because now you're actually able to do the things that you want to do. Yeah, that's not the case this time. Most of the time it is. This time it's not. I think it's just has to do with Grandma passing and other things that I just don't know how to really deal with. I don't know how to comprehend it. I don't know how to... I just don't know. I'm wanting to go back to counseling. I have an amazing counselor who, she's amazing. But unfortunately, she does not take insurance. She's not very expensive, I mean, compared for like counseling, and she is a licensed counselor. She's not a psychiatrist or a psychologist, but she is a licensed counselor. And she's also a retired RN, which is amazing, because with all my health issues, she understands like what I'm going through, and we just connect on a very personal, good level. And she is an amazing counselor for me and helps me tremendously deal with things. But because she costs money and I don't have money, I haven't been able to see her for a while. So that's something I'm trying to save up, you know, when I do get a little money for odd things here and there. You know, my family members sometimes can help me out on occasion. So that is something I need to get back to. But until then, right now, I'm really just kind of going through the motions, which I think is probably just part of grieving anyways. You know, you just not really, it's not that I feel numb necessarily. I have felt that in the past. I do still have some feeling, but I am more on the numb side. My depression is pretty strong right now. Just feeling really down about myself. I just feel like even though I'm physically doing better, even though I'm physically more able to do things, more capable of doing just day-to-day things and good things that are going to help me in the future, like gardening, I still feel like I'm just screwing up left and right. If you watched my last video I posted, it was about how I basically am an overachiever, and I failed at posting videos for a while because they weren't what I wanted, so I didn't post them. Not that they were bad, they just weren't like cool edited and whatever, so I didn't post them. But yeah, go watch that video. I think it's on this side of me. I never remember. Anyways, go watch that and kind of explain more about that. But I've just been feeling really down and feeling like a lot of the decisions I'm making, even though I'm trying to make decisions, like I'm trying to do good things and I have good ideas and I voice this idea, and then it's like someone else already had that idea of something to do. Like, for example, for Christmas, I had an idea that'd be really great to do for my family. Well, my sister had already come up with this idea, and she wanted to be a surprise, and I accidentally kind of told a couple people, and she's like, I was supposed to be a surprise, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can never do anything right. Just stuff like that recently has been happening. A lot of things, like me doing something, sometimes, yeah, I've like done something hastily or said something out of anger or hate, or not hate, haste, without thinking that was wrong. But sometimes it's like me genuinely trying to do the right thing, genuinely trying to be a good person, to do good things for other people, or just whatever, and it like always comes back to bite me in the butt. Always. And it's like I can never make the right decisions. And it's not just that, it's like within my own life too, like the whole video thing. Like I had all these great plans of, I have these cool equipment now, I can make good videos, and then I just haven't been able to, and I feel like I set myself up for failure a lot. So that's something I'm definitely needing to work on. And then I mentioned in this my past video too, it's difficult because I've lost basically every friend I've ever had due to my illness and just in general things, you know. Sometimes you just have friends for certain seasons of your life and there's no fault in that. It's just the way it is. Other times it's been specifically because my illness affected our friendship in different ways and it just didn't work out. You know, they couldn't handle it, or I decided, actually mostly it was like they couldn't handle it. But there have been a few times where I've been the one that ends the friendship. But anyways, it doesn't matter. The thing that matters is mental health is not good right now. You know, I don't want anyone to worry about me because I am not in a place where I'm like worried that I'm going to hurt myself in any way, shape, or form. I'm just really depressed. I'm just really like, the only way I hurt myself is verbally, okay? I don't physically. So please don't worry about me in that sense. I'm okay. But I'm really hard on myself. I get down on myself a lot. I drag myself down a lot. And like I said, I feel like I keep trying to do the right thing, make the right decision, say the right thing, and it just backfires in my face. And so I've been feeling just really heavy lately, emotionally. Like I said, physically it's weird because physically I'm good. Physically I'm actually like feeling really good. But emotionally I'm just really torn down. And it's hard. It's really hard. Yeah. I know some things is like with friendships, I know I'm definitely to blame in some aspects because I don't reach out like I should. Like some of you who are watching this, maybe who consider me a friend or whatever, I know that I don't reach out as much as I should. I don't be in contact with y'all as much as I should, and I'm sorry about that. It's not for lack of wanting to. It's just, I don't know. I really don't know why I don't. Maybe that's something my counselor can help me figure out. I'm just scared of failure. I've always been someone who is scared of failure, and so to me, it's easier not to try than to try and fail, which I know is like not a good ideal for most things in life. It's better to try and fail than not try at all for most things. But I'm so scared of failing, and so scared of disappointing people, and so scared of whatever, that I just am like, if I block myself off from everyone, if I become this little hermit in a little shell, no one can touch me, then I can't hurt anyone, you can't hurt me. Which is no way to live. So I'm working on it. At least I'm going to try and work on it. I don't think I've started working on that yet. But I'm going to try. So good and bad things. Like I said, good stuff happening with Josh. Prayers answered there. Health-wise, physically, much better, which is a huge blessing. A huge, huge blessing. And I've been able to garden, which I know I was talking about that a little bit. So that's exciting for me. This is only the second year ever I've ever gardened. And I'm really excited to start growing my own food for myself and my animals. It's actually, I'm more gardening for my animals than for myself, but you know what you do for your kids. But I'm excited to be able to eat my own food that I've grown myself. And yeah, I'm happy. So that's all the good, and then the bad obviously is my grandma passing, just the grief and the changes of family and life that happens when someone passes away. It's, you know, things change. Another thing too, actually I just found out recently that another chronic illness YouTuber passed away unexpectedly, and that really hit me hard actually. I didn't know her personally at all. I don't even know if I've ever even really commented on any of her videos. I'm sure I have, but never had actual one-on-one communication with her. But I still she really helped me a lot with a lot of my issues. And seeing her pass is just like so unexpected and so sad and so scary, because I have a lot of the same things that she does, and it just seemed like it was out of nowhere. I mean, and she's only 23. I mean, really young. I'm 30, 23. It's heartbreaking. So that's another thing that I'm like trying to deal with that. Even though I didn't know her, I still felt like she was a big part of my life, and I know she was a big part of a lot of other people's lives. And dealing with grief of that, and on my grandma, and then just coming to terms with my life as a 30-and-a-half-year-old and where I'm at in my life is difficult, because I'm nowhere at all where I wanted to be, where I want to be. Coming to terms with decisions that I've made, or decisions that have been made for me that put me where I am today. It's hard. It's hard. But, God is good. God is still here, and He's getting me through it. Even though don't always feel that, I know He is. And I am so forever thankful. So that is that, guys. I hope that you're having a good day, good life, week, hour. I know for some of us out there, it's minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day. I'm going to try and get back on here and continue to share my story with y'all. The good and the bad and the ugly, which seems to be more bad and ugly than, good. But hey, there's still good things in store for us, for me. Good things are happening. I gotta dwell on the good, not the bad, because there are a lot of good. There is a lot of good in my life right now. So that's all I'm going to say. And I hope that you decide to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and give us a thumbs up. And I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.